Hi guys, and welcome to episode 2 of Mind Gains. Today we have the much anticipated guest. When I put this question on social media, I feel like everybody asked for him to come on. So naturally, I've had to ask him to come on. Ladies and gentlemen, one of my best friends and clients, Nathan Hodgkinson.
Hi guys.
How do you feel for your first rodeo, lad?
I feel amazing.
Do you?
Yeah.
Was you nervous coming on?
I was nervous, but I'm all right now.
Why was you nervous?
Because I'm with you.
So, we're 10 seconds in.
I know, sorry.
The innuendos have already started.
They've got to.
Listen, it's been an absolute pleasure watching you over the last couple of years. I think with you, it's been even better because, like, obviously you are one of my best friends, as I've already mentioned twice now in 30 seconds. But, like, I always love seeing clients do well, but, like, it's been amazing to see how well that you've done because, obviously, I hold you dear to me and then the journey's been great. So, let's rewind to, when was it?
Back to when? To like 18 months ago.
Not to Imperial.
No, not that many years ago.
Back.
About 2 years ago.
2 years ago. So when I put the poll up on me story and you clicked it, I messaged you and was like, "Are you having me on?"
I know, and I did feel like...
So what's gone on there?
I wanted your help. I seen this big hunky guy go from this big hunk to this lean hunk, and I thought, I want a piece of that.
Right. And you thought, well, I'm a big hunk.
And I thought, well, I'm a bigger hunk.
You are.
And I could be a bigger hunk.
Right.
So that's why I thought I'd come to you.
Well, obviously it was a pleasant surprise because to me...
Some would say a shock.
It was a shock. Well, it was because... And this is why it's so intriguing to have you on. It's why I want to like delve into Nathan, the guy.
Archive.
Not the iconic, flamboyant hairdresser we all know. This big hunk. We don't want to talk about that, but we do. But everything I've just said there, like you come across a confident lad, you are a flamboyant lad, you're a big character. And that's kind of what I want to put across to people who are going to watch this. Is like, because I was one of those people, I looked at you and was like, he doesn't need help. Like, he's so self-assured, he's so confident. Like, where were you 2 years ago? Like, what was going on? What was the I need help moments? What went on there?
I think we was fresh out of lockdown. I was stuck at what I wanted to do. I was stuck at what I needed to do at the gym because I felt like my body wasn't changing. No matter what I was doing, it was quite stagnant and I needed like a bit of press the restart button if you like.
Yeah.
So I just thought, our Jamie looks all right.
All right.
All right.
Decent. He'll do.
He'll do.
But no, obviously, it's interesting to hear that. But what I kind of like wanted to get to is like, how did you? Sounds silly, I know what you say. Like, oh, I wanted to work on myself, or everything you just said. But like, how are you feeling? Sounds silly, but this is kind of what I want to get across to people because you, in my opinion, I know you like better than most people, but like anyone who looks at you, like we always joke about
would think.
You get a different version.
Yeah, they do.
You. I get you, Nathan, the person, but everyone else gets like Nathan.
I don't want to say I've got multiple personalities, but I actually have.
I don't want to say you're schizophrenic.
It's undiagnosed. I probably am.
But everyone gets Nathan, the bravado.
Yeah.
And to be fair, people probably get it from me, and then you get me, the person. Do you know what I mean? So even I was shocked because I was like, I don't get like when you were telling me how you felt, and obviously when you first come to the gym, you wasn't very confident. You hated me.
Oh God, I couldn't walk in a gym on my own. I couldn't work out on my own.
Sorry to interrupt you. I'll let you finish. Do you remember your 6 a.m. starts? Do you want to come back to that?
Yeah, can we come back to that? I don't like to rehash that because it's not a nice time.
No, it's not. Go on, carry on, sorry.
Yeah, my self-esteem was probably low when it comes to the gym. I couldn't walk into a gym on my own. If I was ever joining a new gym, I had to go with someone. I could never go on my own just because I thought people will look at me because people will think I don't know what I'm doing. And I just felt like I needed someone to guide me through that process, really.
Right.
And to be honest, I still didn't think I'd have you now, but I can't let you go.
I'll be honest, I didn't think you'd still be with me now. And I'm going to pay this as a big compliment. This is where you'll just walk out now.
I won't.
Right then, I'll see you later. I don't think you need me now. Like, genuinely. Like, because this is what's weird. Like, with my coach, I don't need my coach. But I have such a good relationship with him. I'll always have him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've been with him for like 3 years. And you could have probably gone away on your own like a year ago. You know how to train really well. The way you've changed as well, like your confidence in the gym. Like, it sounds silly, but when I see you in the gym and you're on your own and you're training, genuinely, I know I always go, I'm dead proud of you. And like, we're joking. But it is a proud moment because...
Does your heart smile?
Yeah, it does. My heart smiles. My heart smiles to see you in the gym on your own. But jokes aside, it does, because as you just mentioned, everything there, I didn't let onto it at the beginning of our journey together, if you'd like to call it that. But the Nathan I used to see out, and this is what I'm saying, the bravado Nathan, and then the guy who was in the gym, I was like, oh, you aren't who I know.
Yeah.
You're like the deep fucking unseen personality that you've got. You know what I mean? Like your insecurities, different things like that. So for me to see you in the gym on your own, training on your own, talking to people in the gym, I'm like, that's boss.
Yeah.
Because everything you've just said, you've overcome. Do you know what I mean? And I didn't think you'd still be here. Getting on for 2 years now.
I do get
longest relationship.
I do get 2 year itch, so I'll get rid of you soon.
Thanks.
No worries. You said it now, I don't need you, so I'll get off.
Listen, you've even said if you become a millionaire, I've got to pack all this up. Chris is going.
Oh yeah, Chris, you've got to go.
Chris is going.
He's coming with me.
Chris is gone. Got to get rid of Chris. He stays here. You move to Beverly Hills, wherever you go in, and I've got to come with him, and I get a salary every year just to be his mate and train him. So
He come in?
He can't talk, can he?
No, he can't talk. But
can you nod?
He nodded. He said,
Are you
"Yeah."
coming with us?
Can you put them glasses on?
2 thumbs up. But yeah, that's what I mean. Like you have come on so much, and it's great to say. It's great to see you, to be honest with you. And a lot of people who are watching this, and this is kind of why I've always wanted to start a podcast, but I feel like the times right now, because I've had so many relatable stories. Yours is relatable, but I genuinely think it's really, really eye-opening, because you do come across, and you are a confident lad, obviously. And all of us, every single person on the planet has insecurities.
Of course.
We all have our own. But there's people who their insecurities kind of like rule their lives.
Yeah.
Like they won't go and do anything because they've got this deep fear and this deep like lying insecurity that kind of like it binds them to the position. And like you had those insecurities, but you've overcome them.
It's like they flipped now.
Yeah.
It's like I can't go a week without going to the gym because it makes me feel better. Not as in like, oh God, I'm so glad I did it. It's just like, that was nice. I can start my day right now.
Yeah.
Instead of, if I didn't go to the gym, it's a bit sluggish, my day.
Except when you don't show up on time in the mornings. Like the other day.
There was one, I'm not that bad. I've done it twice.
Sorry, before this podcast, we had an argument. Look at the face you've just pulled.
It's because he's a liar. And he
We had an argument before this because Nathan let me down to do some faster cardio on Wednesday. So.
But I still did it. Did I or did I not? We're not doing it again. I'm not doing this again.
I'm not getting back into this.
But still, did I do it?
Why are you gaslighting me?
You're... Get lost. I'll walk out.
No, but I do get what you mean, because you do kind of like, not beat yourself up, but if you don't...
Oh, no, I beat myself up. If I've not trained 5 times in that week, I do think, why have I not done that? I could look better now.
Yeah.
I suppose that's probably not good how I think like that, but I like working out.
Yeah.
It makes me feel better.
Yeah.
Like, I hate not working out.
Yeah.
Like, that stint in between Christmas and New Year, I trained 3-4 times, I think. Just because I couldn't not.
Yeah.
Because obviously, Christmas, you do let yourself go.
Yeah, 100%.
And I did like everyone else, but I still needed to work out to kind of compensate for letting myself go a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. And it's not a bad thing. Like, I think, in my opinion, 'cause I look at it in the way that you look at it as well, where I am harsh on myself, but it gets the best out of me.
Yeah.
And then there's a right and a wrong in that. But also, if if you're not doing that, then it's probably a bit healthier because you aren't beating yourself up, but you aren't going to progress. So it's like a necessary evil in a way, isn't it? Like you've kind of got to be harsh yourself to move forward. And you are definitely one of the hardest working people who I know, because obviously you balance all the work you've got, and like the amount of work you do is mental. And then obviously you've got the gym, got cardio, you've got loads of different things that you do, and you still manage to stay on top of it. And bringing it back to what we were on about before with, obviously you said like, oh, I've flipped my insecurities now. If I don't go to the gym, I feel bad, blah, blah, blah. There's people who are going to be watching this. The amount of messages I get at this moment in time is like overwhelming. Like people that message me about like, this post has helped, this transformation's helped, blah, blah, blah. I've started doing this because I've seen your client do this. The reason I want to dig so deep into this podcast with you is because I don't think you realise, because obviously it's you aren't an outside looking in, whereas I am. Like, you are a big personality. You are a good-looking, confident lad, and everyone would probably think like I know. I'm trying my best to behave here. I can't get 10 minutes.
Stop it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
We're both in relationships. You've got to stop that.
I know, but you're me a bit on the side. You know what I mean?
You're man.
You're me. What did you say before? Me Chateaubriand.
Yeah. Chateaubriand.
Rather than the rump steak. I'm sorry. I'm a counter steak, aren't I?
So am I, but I still don't know how to talk.
You're me Chateaubriand and the what have we got at home? Hamburger.
Rump steak. No, not that's too far, that hamburger.
Sorry. If you see this, I'm sorry. I'll get punished for that one. I'll get punished for this when I get home. But you are a good-looking, confident lad, and you have got a successful business. You've always been doing well on that front. So as long as I've known you, you've been like a massive personality. You've always come across as not boisterous, but you're loud, confident, that type of thing. And this, sorry, go on. What was I going to say?
All I was going to say is when I'm like in a social situation, I am normally the loudest.
Yeah.
But when it's like one-on-one, God, you can hardly take like 2 words out of me because when I'm like in that type of situation, I don't need to be anyone else but myself.
Yeah.
But then I have got a boisterous side. I think everyone has in a way.
Definitely. And you're very much like an introverted extrovert.
I've been called that a few times, yeah.
Very much. But that's kind of what I want to say, because there's many people who aren't like that, right? Who will literally go to a public place and like, I don't mean this to sound bad, but they'll shrink.
Yeah.
Or they'll go somewhere and like, I know confident people who I speak to on Instagram, and then when they see me in person, they don't even look at me.
Yeah.
And like, it's because they might be feeling anxious, they might be low on confidence. So for people who look at you, they'll probably watch this now going, Jesus, I did not think someone of his caliber, a successful businessman, good-looking guy, everything I've said like that, who would feel like that. So for the people who are watching, what advice have you got? Because there's people here now who are probably going to be hanging on everything that we're saying, and they're probably sitting there thinking, well, if it's all right for him to feel like that, then it's all right for me to feel like that. But what advice would you give to get them from point A to point B? What would you do? What advice would you give to a Nathan Hodgkinson 2 years ago? What would get him?
I think what I would say is to me 2 years ago, you can do it.
Right.
No one's in your way but yourself.
That's a belt to that.
Did you like that?
It is though, isn't it? Because
no one is stopping you but yourself.
Yeah.
I think you just need to take each day as it comes.
Yeah.
If you feel like not doing something one day, it's fine.
Yeah.
Do it the next day. But just spend time working on yourself, because that's what I feel like I've done in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Is really making sure my business is up there where it needs to be. Make sure I'm where I want to be in life. And just making sure I'm happy as well, because I can't say I've never been happier as what I am now.
Yeah.
And that's what's most important to me out of anything.
I do love that. Like, I do love seeing like how happy you are now, and obviously.
And some of that's down to you. I don't think you do. You don't realise how much you have done for me in the past 2 years. You don't need to start crying.
Let me know when he finishes, and I'll come back in. All right, I'll just get off. It's not down to me. It's not.
No, but it partly is.
You say your bit, and then I'll say.
But you say yours, and then I'll say mine.
No, because I feel like mine's a good reply.
Right, okay.
You go first.
Like, you saved me from the person. Not that I was in the bloody depths of hell or anything like that, but you've helped carve me into the person that I am now.
Yeah.
And I can't thank you enough for that.
Well, it genuinely means a lot hearing that, because we're probably serious like 1% of the time.
I'd probably say 0.5.
Probably not, but yeah, it's probably way less than that. Right. First and foremost, I really, really appreciate you saying that. Like, for me to you as a person, not as a friend, anything else, I really, really appreciate hearing that. Because obviously that is my job. And you are one of my best mates, 100%. So knowing that I've helped you in that situation, it makes me fucking emotional, genuinely. Like, I love knowing I've had a small impact on someone's life.
Yeah.
The key word there is small, right? I have had, and Chris will back me up on this as well.
We can't because he can't talk.
I know we can't talk, but he'll put his thumbs up. We'll let you know whether he's put his thumbs up or not. Chris will back me up, thumbs up or thumbs down in a minute, Chris. I have had hundreds, maybe over 1,000 clients by now who've come and gone and whatever. A lot of them have been successful. However, a lot of them have also been unsuccessful. And that is also, I always say, it's a client-coach relationship. You can help someone as much as you can. They've got to help themselves. Thumbs up from Chris. Thumbs up from Chris there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm on the right track.
But
I'm not finished.
Sorry.
Go on.
No.
You've interrupted
Please.
Nathan. Go on.
Go.
No.
You talk.
Meant to be my podcast, this.
But it's actually mine.
The Hodgcast, we're going to call it. The Nathan
We're not.
Hodgcast. Why?
We're going to call it Nifty's Podcast.
Nifty Cent in the building.
He'll probably watch this, you know.
Good. Get him on. Let's get Nifty on next time.
We'd love it.
We'll get like a mediator here in the middle. But what I was going to say then, yeah, and this is what I'm saying. I always say to people, I am a small part of the journey. I am. I always say, look at your journey. Like, if you look at your goal, it's like a destination. I kind of operate as the map to that destination.
Yeah.
You have got to take the journey, not me. So if I tell you how to eat, for example, you've got to buy the food, you've got to cook it, you've got to eat it. You're the one who, you can't eat your cheat meals, you can't eat too much crap. Obviously, you're still going to enjoy yourself here and there. I can tell you what to train. It's up to you whether you train it or not. I can tell you output. It's up to you whether or not you do it. I am just a guide. So you probably sit there and go, this is all down to you. Mate, I have seen both sides of this fence. I've seen the people like yourself who are a resounding success, great success story, such an inspirational story for people to look at and go, I'm going to make a change. And I've also had people who haven't lasted 5 minutes with stuff that's been easier. So like where I've literally said, like, let's train 3 days a week. Let's try and hit 6K steps per day. And all we're going to do is calorie count. Can't do it. And like, I don't mean that in a bad way. But there's people who, and as Chris thumbs up before, you've got to want to do it. So it is 100% like down to, not 100% obviously. I always say, genuinely, I'm 5%, you're 95. That's what I always say. Because you still got to do it.
But then on my response to that is,
we're going to be here all day.
We are going to be here all day.
We said 40 minutes for this. It's going to be about 4 hours.
People like me that you've helped would say that you are a big part of our journey.
Right.
So just let me have it.
Okay. Don't leave me on camera. Thank you. Appreciate it. Your hands are warm.
I know you're freezing.
I know. It's just because Chris doesn't pay for fucking heating in this studio. That's why all the money I give him every month. I think you pay the gas bill, wouldn't you?
All the money I give you every month, get some gloves.
I know, it's bad, isn't it? But no, as I said, like a lot of people are. I have a lot of, obviously you can see I have a lot of successful people who do well, but I also do have some people who are unsuccessful.
Yeah.
And there's people who I have moved heaven and earth for. I've done so much. Like with you, I don't really do. Go on.
But what I was going to say is I've had PTs in the past and, well, I've never had a coach until I had you, but I've had PTs in the past and they've never been like you.
Right.
So I think it's all part of finding the right person for you as well.
Cry.
Wonder what else I could say. You're amazing. You're such a lovely boy.
Sure, we'll give you one more chance. Go on.
I love you.
I love you too.
Ah.
I'm always going to say that back. Go on, what was you saying? So you've had other PTs, coaches?
Yeah, and it's never worked.
Yeah.
But with you, it was like was the missing piece out of the jigsaw.
I think that is a big one.
It's all about finding the right person that fits you, I think.
And I always say to people as well, like, not to make this too much about me, I'm trying to interview you here. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you have spoke all the time, but whatever.
You keep putting it on me. I'm trying to make this about you. You keep putting it on me.
Well, it's not the first time, is it?
It won't be the last either. But what I was going to say then. But I'm not for everyone. I'm not. And there's other cultures who aren't for everyone as well.
Well, I suppose in that respect, that works in my favour as well, because obviously in the job that I do, I'm not for everyone.
Yeah.
You try everyone once, and sometimes people stick with you and some people don't. Exactly. It's just, I suppose it's life in a way, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. And you've got to find who works for you 100%, because there's some people who, don't get me wrong, I'm harsh when I need to be, but there's some people who need harshness 24/7.
Yeah.
And I'm not that guy. And there's other people who need completely mollycoddling all the time. And I'm not that guy either. But there's other coaches who are like that.
Yeah.
And it is about finding who works for you. Because before I was with my coach, Steve, like 3 years ago, I also, when I was like 22, 23, had 2 others. And they were shocking. Like, one of them is the reason I ended up so out of shape, because he was just like, hey, just keep eating. Just keep doing this. Just keep eating, blah, blah, blah. And even though I knew what I was doing, I was like, well, he's the coach, so listen to him, blah, blah, blah. And it just ended me down. It just got me down the wrong path. So I do completely agree with what you're saying, but I don't want you to take away from the fact that it's you that's done this.
Oh, I know I've done the hard work.
Yeah.
But you have set up the plan for that hard work to be done, if you like.
Speaking of plan, this is completely off the cuff here. If you were to, again, speaking to the people who are watching this, if you were to, if you were to, I think we've done all right here. I thought this was going to be a shit show.
I think we've done well.
I genuinely thought this was going to be a shit show.
I think we'll do a number 2.
Yeah. Well, you're going to be, do you watch any podcasts?
No.
Right. Well, let's just move on. Let's just move on from there. No, there's some guests, like I watch loads of Joe Rogan. And he always gets, you watch him as well, don't you? He always gets like a Joey Diaz, who's like his go-to guest. So you can be like mine.
So I should know.
So like every so often, we'll just get Nathan and just talk some absolute nonsense for a bit.
Fill some time. I'm out of time filler.
Listen, Nate, I've got no one in today. What you doing?
Coming down?
Coming down. Got a podcast in. But no, in terms of, because this is what's unique. My entire life is writing plans. But if you was to give someone advice who has been in your position, who is in your position of where you weren't very confident, you wanted to work on yourself, how would you say to approach it? What would you say to them? From a person who's done it, what would you say?
I think you've just got to kind of take the leap of faith, really.
Right.
I think it's going to be uncomfortable. It's not going to be nice. But you do need to open up, or you're not going to grow. Yeah. You're not going to progress. You do need to put your trust and faith into someone else, like yourself, who's going to help you. Yeah. They're not going to stop you from growing. They're going to make you better. Yeah. They're going to help you. Yeah. And I think that's what really I loved, because I thought I'd never come to anyone like you. I'd seen you on Instagram and stuff like that, and I never thought ever that I'd be like, oh, I'm one of Jamie's online people. Yeah, people. Didn't know what the right word to use. If you want to be an online people, if you want to be an online person, just drop me a DM after this. I want plenty of online people, mate. Do you know what I mean? Clients. Thank you. There you go. I'm a professional. Sorry. I try to be, despite people. It's been hard today, though, hasn't it, for you? Turning up late. Oh, for God's sake. Like, we're saying this, but the real lateness is behind the camera. He was here. It's currently 10:59. I'm getting the middle fingers up now. Not thumbs up, we're getting fingers. So what you deserve, you turned up 16 minutes late. But anyway, back to what we were talking about. Yeah, Matt, you're right. 16 minutes. Yeah, I was 16 minutes late. What was I saying then? Before you rudely interrupted again. We was on about a plan. It's not very nice, is it? We was on about a plan. What you'd say to people, and obviously you was on about like coming to me and stuff. But I think that's, and I appreciate the plug. I appreciate you like recommending my services. But like mentally, what would you say? Like, let's say for example, there's someone watching this now, and this could very well be happening. They're sat on the couch. They've had a shit day at work. They hate the way they look. They hate the way they feel. Because I've been there. Yeah. I have been there where I've been out of shape. I worked in sales, hated my manager, hated going to work. I was literally waking up, not setting my alarm, felt like shit all the time.
I can tell people like what I think, but I say this all the time. What would you say?
My approach with anything is like the only person who can change something is you.
Right.
It's like if someone's not well, go and fix it. Don't wallow in self-pity.
Yeah.
I know not a lot of people think like that, but that's how I think.
I think
So
you've got to think like that.
I think if you want to make a change in any aspect of your life, you've got to just get up off your ass and do it.
Yeah.
No one's going to help you.
No.
Only person that's going to help you is yourself.
Yeah.
And it's harsh, but that's the real reality of it.
Yeah. And touching on that as well, like it's such a good point you just made. And I always say this, and sometimes I fear coming across as like too, not aggressive on social media.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't want to be too in your face and being like, get off your ass and do something. But I always say, and let this quote resonate with you, right? If you were waiting around to feel motivated, you're going to fucking wait forever.
A long time.
Right? Motivation will always follow action. What, for example, you said before, I feel like shit if I don't go to the gym. And how do you feel when you go to the gym?
I've been this morning. I feel fantastic.
Feel great.
Yeah.
But if you didn't, you won't feel motivated.
No.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's hard. And touching on what Nathan just said, you've just got to suck it up, mate. Haven't you?
Yeah, you have.
You've just got to suck it up. You've just got to get moving. Like, as you said there, like, you can't wallow in self-pity. And I've been in this position as well. And what one quote is bell to this. You ready for this?
Go on.
If you sit in your own shit long enough, it stops smelling. You having that? Like, you just become
It'll have to grow on me, that. Grow.
It's just, you become accustomed to what is a shit life. And I've had a shit life, so it's not like me, like, it's not like I'm saying, like, oh, everything's been great. I've come from that. I've come from being unhealthy mentally and physically. I've come from hating my job, not liking like my friendship circle, loads of different things. And the only way I've got out of it is by literally biting the bullet.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
The only person that can change anything in your life really is yourself.
Yeah, 100%. And then the minute that starts changing, like, that's when everything else starts to take a step forward as well. Speaking of, even being sat here today, like, this is the first episode of this podcast, and I'm buzzing that you're on here. I was made up when because I did have to mad you a little bit to get on here 3 or 4 times. Difficult guy to get on. Difficult
I'm not
guy
going
to
to
tie
on this
down.
podcast, but that's a lie. I said yes straight away.
You didn't?
You ever did?
I'm not trying to wind you up, like check your WhatsApp. So I think I had to message you 3 times.
I'll check them in a bit.
Or like I was just triple texting you because I was needy.
You are needy.
I am.
And I love it.
I can't help my feelings for you.
It's one of them
Wear me
things.
heart on my sleeve when it comes to you. But it's like, for example, me being sat here with you today, all this come from 3 years ago. I went, I've had enough. And then I got in shape, started picking up more clients, did a photo shoot, then did a competition, launched other stuff, launched a podcast. All that started from 3 years ago, me going, I've had enough.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So like, what has changed in your life? No, like since you went, this is it now. I'm changing. Like what would you, could be emotional, could be physical, could be anything. What notices have you changed? Sorry, what changes have you noticed? Sorry.
Well, maybe it's from when I started my own business.
Yeah.
I went from hating who I worked for,
Yeah.
wasn't appreciated.
We won't name. I don't know who they are, but I won't name.
We don't need to name.
Okay.
Really felt undervalued in the business.
Yeah.
Felt like I did a lot for not a lot. And I thought, without sounding like a dick,
I know what you're going to say, and I agree already.
I'm good at my job. I'm good at what I do. So why can't I give that to someone myself? Why can't I start my own business? And I did.
Yeah.
And do you know what? It's the best thing I've ever done. Like my mum and dad, well, my mum was nervous for me. She thought the biggest thing for her was, how are you going to pay your car?
Yeah.
That was her biggest concern. But do you know what? I've smashed it and I absolutely love what I do.
Yeah.
And I would never, ever work for anyone again.
No, definitely not.
And it's so liberating for me to say, yeah, I've got my own business. I work for myself and I can do what I want.
Yeah.
And I just find it fantastic.
Yeah.
Like to think such a small seed that I planted 3.5 years ago
Is that how long it's been?
Yeah.
Now?
Well,
All My Blow, 3.5
All My
years.
Blow is 3 years old in June.
Wow. There
And
you
I
go.
had the idea in December 2019.
Are we having a birthday party? 2 this year. For...
She's only 3,
Yeah.
so she can't really go out.
Get her on the bottles, the milk.
Yeah,
Powdered milk.
Probably powder milk. Get her a little cake from Costco.
That's been 3 years after lockdown.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I handed my notice in the middle of lockdown because I'd had enough.
Yeah.
And then I just thought, right, I've done it now. I need to do something about it.
Well, that's obviously, again, a huge jump. I think that's a bigger jump.
It was one of the scariest jumps of my life.
It's terrifying, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
to go self-employed. Because you start doing, like, and obviously Chris will know as well, like, where's my money coming from?
Oh, God, that first month. So, obviously, I come out of lockdown.
Yeah.
Everyone wanted their hair done, which was fine. So, the first 6 weeks I was booked up and I thought, oh, brilliant, fantastic. And then I thought, right, where's my money coming from next month? And then next month. And then you just get into that pattern. But I just think one of my biggest things I live by now, money comes back around.
It does.
So you might not have any money today, but tomorrow it can be back in your bank account.
Yeah.
So I don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I just think what will be, will be.
Yeah.
And I will be fine.
Yeah. And obviously that is very true. What? 3? Oh my God! What was that? What was that then? Why have we not just done this? 3-0. Sorry. So Chris has given us
not a lot of time to
talk. I feel like we just need to start this podcast again now because of Chris. Ruined it all. So
you've not, Chris.
So basically, the whole confusion then, Chris has given us an indicator for 30 minutes and he just went like this, which to me, that's 3, and that would be 30.
But really funny.
Well, no, we'll have to wrap it up soon, because 40 minutes we've got. Yeah, we'll have to wrap it up soon. But obviously, that is like such a big jump, like going like self-employed and stuff. And mate, it is terrifying when you first do it.
Oh, petrifying.
Even now, I still wrestle with it from time to time.
100%.
Because I didn't realise our businesses were so close. Because although I've been a PT for ages, I've been back being a PT now, I think it's close to 4 years. Been coaching for like nearly 3. But it's like, again, you get like, you pick up 10 clients and you go, oh, I've got 10 clients, that's so much money. Perfect. Yeah. And you're like, well, next week you're going to go back in. And then, but it just happens, doesn't it? It just starts to snowball. But it is such a, like you say, it's such a liberating feeling. And again, like to people, I've been employed in a job that I hate. I've been in like different relationships I don't like, all these different things. And like you mentioned then, like feeling undervalued and everything else, it's terrifying. It's a leap of faith. Like there's people here who are going to be in that position. Yeah. What do you say to them? Like it's very easy for us to just go, just take the jump. But in my opinion, that's it. Just take the jump. Do you know what I mean?
And my thing would be is the only person that, well, it sounds like I said this for everything. I feel like but the only person that is in your way is yourself. Yeah. Because I doubt myself every day. I still doubt myself every day about my job. Yeah. Because I think, am I busy enough? Can I do anything else? Yeah. What should I be doing now? Yeah. But that's all in my head. I know I'm doing a fantastic job and I know I'm smashing it in the minute. Yeah. So mate, I've got nothing to worry about. It's just, you've always got to think of your next plan and what you need to do next. But I would just say, it sounds awful, but do it. Yeah. Like if you are thinking about going self-employed, I know obviously a lot of people won't be, but there's no great time. Yeah. The best times now. Yeah. There's no going to be, because I know I was like that. I was like, oh, I'll wait till such a day because that'll be perfect. No, you just need to do it. There's no time. There is no perfect time. Definitely not. Like the perfect time is if you're fucking unhappy doing it. That's the perfect time. Like I'd rather happily take a shot at something I want to do than unhappily fucking like submit to a position that I don't want to be in. Do you know what I mean? I just think trust yourself as well. You've got it. You're capable of so much more than what you think. Like people don't realise how much they're actually capable of. Like this is why
I wanted to break this down so much today. And listen, I really, really appreciate you like actually opening up and talking about how you felt before we started and all these different things. Because people aren't going to know this about you. I know I do, but even I've learned a couple of things today that like you've not told me. Do you know what I mean? And like that's kind of what I want to do, because people are. There's so many people I know, and I always say I'm not particularly talented. I just work really fucking hard.
Yeah.
And like I'm just consistent. I've been around people my whole life who are better than me at different things, whether it's they're naturally more talented at sport or they're naturally better speakers, they're naturally more intelligent. And not to sound like I'm tooting my own horn, I'm miles ahead of those people now. And it's not down to me getting a better shape than them. It's down to me just backing myself, like you said, and going after it and just being consistent.
Yeah.
And it just takes you so far. Like you said before, like it's a little seed. And if you water it, it grows into like what it is today. But it has been lovely having you on. What's the goal before we finish? Where do we go here? Not right now. Like where are you going now? Like,
I'm gonna go to work.
You want work? Are you working today?
Yeah.
You're not.
I am.
You've not. Oh, you've rearranged to be here.
I've rearranged for you.
Who is it you've rearranged? What's her name? We'll shout her out right now. Lucy.
Don't know her second name.
Lucy, we don't know your second name.
Yeah.
It's currently 11 a.m. So if you've had...
And I'm on my way soon, Lucy, don't worry.
He's on his way soon, Luce.
Luce.
He's on his way soon, Luce.
Juicy Lucy.
Juicy Luce. Right, he's on his way soon. Thank you for rearranging. You've helped make history today. Not where you're going today, mate. Where do you want to go from here? Like, this, like, tell me whatever you think here. Where do you want to go from here? Do you want to stay in the same position? I know we've got goals going forward for like your birthday and stuff. But what does the future hold for Nathan Hodgkinson, the person, the hairdresser, like the client? What's the next step?
The person moving in with my boyfriend, that'll be a big jump.
Shout out to Joe. I absolutely love you two together, Joe. Joe, I do. Probably love you more than Nathan does.
It's a bit far, that Joe, but he doesn't.
Right, but thank you for making... Nathan fucking loves you. Like, he does. Talks about you all the time. Probably makes out he doesn't, but he does. Made up to hear that you're together. Made up to hear that you're together. And I'm made up for you both. Moving in.
Not yet, but that's within our goal, yeah. Making more memories with him.
Yeah. Mate, sorry to say it again. I'm so fucking happy for you.
Thanks.
No, seriously. Like, from a personal level, like, you bring me so much happiness. And obviously, all your friends... who we're not going to give them the satisfaction to say
we're not.
Here, because we know who you...
Because we know that they're jealous that I'm here and there. No.
One of them is text you.
Yeah.
Saying, can't believe you're on a podcast now. Well, he is. So we're not shouting you out. But, like...
But it sounds like canon, but with an S and a H.
Mm. She'll be living doing this.
She will be fuming.
But, obviously, you bring so much... You make me so fucking happy. One of my best mates, like I remember stuff that like a lot of people won't remember. Like I remember when I was in prep and you brought me fucking raspberries because I ran out of raspberries. And you probably don't remember that.
I do.
But
because I searched about 3 supermarkets for you.
Thank you.
It's all right.
No, but I remember stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you've been such a pillar and like support so many people. You make so many people happy. So I made up that you have found a lad that you love and just makes you happy because you fucking deserve it, mate. Genuinely, you're one of the kindest, best souls. I'm going to start crying.
Don't start crying.
I'm sorry.
I'll
cry for you and Joe. I will do, I don't care. But no, I'm made up for you. So sorry, you was going to move in. I just needed to let you know.
Yeah, but obviously it's our goal. Business-wise, carry on with what I'm doing.
What happens with the business? Are you going to keep it down here? Up here?
He's going to move here.
He's not.
He is.
Is he?
Not yet, but he will eventually.
Joey and Nath together?
Yeah.
Love it. And what else?
Is
that Nath the person?
That's Nath the person.
What's next for Nath the hairdresser? We'll come to the quiet bit at the end. We'll have a crescendo at the end.
Where are you getting these words from?
Listen, I'm intelligent, me. I just dumb it down for a lot of people. I have big vocabulary.
Business-wise, I think carry on with what I'm doing because I do feel like I'm doing a good job at the minute. Carry on being busy. I do feel like I tailor to everyone's needs as much as I can because obviously girls are demanding. But do you know what? I get it done. And I do think me being gay helps.
Right.
Because they love a gay best friend, these girls.
We said don't bring this up.
Bring what up?
We're not getting into this. We're not.
Bring what?
It does help me being gay.
It does. They love it.
We're not talking.
All right, well, don't then. Move on.
Talk here. Chris is dying behind the camera.
He loves it.
I'll just stay quiet for this, but I'll move my microphone. We'll get in trouble. It's 2023. I can't talk about that.
Oh no. Oh no.
Thank you.
No.
Thank you. The penny's dropped.
But my girls love me and I love them.
Well, you just take over for this bit and let me know. You tag me back in when you're finished.
And then what else did you...
Nathan, the client. Where do this one for me? Where do we go for me? We've accomplished so much.
Eventually us separating.
Yeah.
See ya.
Right.
You said I don't need you anymore, so...
Sound? Is this it then?
This is it.
Sound?
This is our departure.
Well, I'll give you... Who do you hate? I'll give your slot to... Who do you hate?
I don't hate anyone. That's a strong word, that hate.
I'll give you slots to the person you used to work for.
Oh, don't do that. I'd
Got him then, didn't I? I'll find out who it is and give it to him.
No, yeah.
But eventually, I do think you... Eventually, like...
I don't think I'd ever not have you.
Do you reckon?
No, serious. Because you do push me that extra mile as to where I would keep myself in
I was hoping this was going to be some kind of a intervention where I get rid of you.
No. If you want rid, just say.
Do you know if he's new here?
Right.
I'm joking.
So this
Don't get emotional.
This full 45 minutes was just for you to say,
nah. How long's it been, Chris?
I don't like training you anymore. About 44 minutes.
4-0. We need to wrap this up.
I love that. Well, shut up talking then.
But yeah, separation, go on.
Nice.
No, go on. Finish this bit and then we'll
probably cut down my PTs because I know I can do it.
Yeah.
It's just, you are a little crutch and I don't want to let you go.
Yeah.
Don't cry.
Be your hero, baby.
You have been, but probably cut me training with you down and just take a bit on.
You definitely
more
can
on
cut
myself.
the training with me down. That's how you know I'm not in it for the money, because like I'm just saying, you actually can cut me down. To be honest with you, and it will be sad because
But it will be sad.
I don't have favourites.
You watching me in the gym on my own.
But I do. You are definitely like one of my favourite clients. Like you want to. I don't not look forward to anything, but I fucking really look forward to ours.
Apart from our past 6 a.m.s, what we've not touched about, but we won't touch about them now. Maybe not.
Let's just leave it.
Maybe on the next podcast we'll bring them up.
But mate, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on. Thank you for opening up.
You're welcome.
Thank you for being a great client. Are you ready for this?
And an even better friend.
Yes. I really appreciate it. But listen, thank you for taking your time. Lucy is coming to get
Lucy, I'm on my way
now. Thank you for rearranging.
She's having her extensions in, not her haircut.
But
don't say that to her.
She's what? Getting her extensions
Yeah.
done? I'm sure you look lovely. I'm sure it'll be worth. I'm sure it'll be worth the wait. But no, we've made history. First podcast of a client/guest is you. When I go on to be a multi-million view podcast in the few years, they'll be like, what was his first one? Nathan.
And that was it there.
And that'll be it there and then. So thank you very much if you were still here after 43 minutes, Chris. Bang on. 43 minutes. Really appreciate it. I hope you've took a lot from it because this is a very successful, relatable story and a lot of you probably learned about starting out, where he's come from, how relatable it is, the fact you can do it as well. So if you have enjoyed it, I'm very glad. And Nathan, thank you for sparing the time to do this today.
Oh, don't be daft. It's been a pleasure.
We'll see you on episode 3.